William Ed Crenshaw was born in Mineral Wells, Texas, and grew up in Central Texas, living in Waco, Austin, and then Fort Worth, where he went to high school. He is one of 4 children, having 2 sisters and 1 brother. His first paid job, other than mowing the neighbor's yard, was paving streets for the city of Fort Worth. For most of his childhood, he aspired to become a dentist, but then changed his mind after his first Latin class. Crenshaw attended Bayer University in Waco, Texas, getting his bachelor's degree in business administration.
Crenshaw is the brother of Kappa Omega Tau, a local fraternity at Baylor University. He believes the organizations he was a part of in college put such importance on relationship building that is still a huge part of him today. He remembers from Kappa Omega Tau that there was a real emphasis on learning people's names and something about them. That is something that has always stuck with me, and I think it certainly served me well. I try very hard to practice this today, even though our company is very large. He was also involved in the Service-Oriented Student Foundation, where he traveled around the state sharing the Baylor story in churches and recruited prospective students and raised money for scholarships that would help students attend college. He says that was really the beginning of the experiences that helped me learn the importance of giving back. He endorsed the Baylor's Ed Crenshaw Student Foundation building, as well as the Ed Crenshaw Endowed Student Foundation Scholarship. Crenshaw and his wife serve together on the President's Scholarship Initiative Steering Committee and are very active in organizations near their home in Lakeland, which is also where the Publix headquarters is located. William Crenshaw has served 9 years on the board of the Lakeland Regional Medical Center, focusing on healthcare needs, including serving as chairman of the board.
Mr. Crenshaw thoroughly enjoys the retail grocery business and has a passion for people and a genuine excitement to do something new every day. He is known for loving to help others. If he wasn't working with Publix, he would probably own a company that excelled in customer service. His hero in the business world is George Jenkins, aka Mr. George, the founder of Publix and Crenshaw's grandfather. In 1940, Mr. George bought an orange grove and then took out a bank loan for $70,000 building the first Publix. Mr. George started Publix to make a living, not so much to grow his personal wealth that the company is associated with today. George Jenkins set a good example for Ed Crenshaw and taught him many valuable lessons to grow and succeed. Mr. Crenshaw says that the best lesson learned from his grandfather was, quote, "Don't let making a profit stand in the way of doing the right thing," end quote.
Charlie Jenkins served as CEO of Publix since 2001, taking over for his cousin Howard Jenkins, who succeeded George Jenkins in 1989. Crenshaw took over as CEO on March 29, 2008, becoming the 4th CEO in Publix history, but before he was CEO, he had been a director of Publix Supermarkets Corporation since 1990. Mr. Crenshaw is also the vice chairman and director of Food Marketing Institute. He began as a store clerk in Lake Wales in 1974. He made his mark as the architect of Publix's first out-of-state launch into Atlanta, where the chain is now 3rd behind Kroger and Walmart.
The entrance of Mr. Crenshaw's estate located on Terry Lane. His entire estate takes up the left side of the entire road.
Here is a view of Mr. Crenshaw's neighbors' homes.
As we can see on the opposite side of the street, there's an obvious economic difference between Mr. Crenshaw's house and that of his neighbors, in which his estate takes up the complete left side of the street, while the other houses on the right seem to be less extravagant.
Here's Laura, a close family friend and neighbor of the Crenshaws.
What can you tell us about Mr. Crenshaw?
Really, I can tell you that I've been his neighbor for 7 years. I moved in before high school, and he's just a really great guy. He runs a great company, and that's
And you work for Publix?
He's a really private person.
Here's Mr. Crenshaw's condo complex where he likes to spend his free time golfing at.
About 15 minutes away from his home, Mr. Crenshaw owns a condo which has a private golf course.
Is this going to go like anywhere other than like for the school purposes though?
After 15 minutes of being at the headquarters with absolutely no luck, we eventually left with nothing more than a picture of the sign to show for our efforts that day.